At cruising altitude, she wakes with a jolt, breath caught mid-gasp. The seat beside her is empty, still warm, and her mind refuses to accept the silence pressing against her chest. At cruising altitude, she wakes with a jolt, breath caught mid-gasp. The seat beside her is empty, still warm, and her mind refuses to accept the silence pressing against her chest. She whispers her daughter's name, barely louder than the hum of engines. The word feels fragile, like saying it too loudly might shatter what little hope she has left. A flight attendant passes, smiling politely, and the mother grabs her sleeve. The smile fades when she hears the question, replaced by practiced calm that somehow feels rehearsed. The attendant suggests the child might be wandering, maybe visiting another row. The explanation sounds reasonable, which somehow makes the dread heavier instead of lighter. She steps into the aisle, heart pounding with each row she passes. Faces blur together, adults everywhere, but not a single small figure in a red sweater. Halfway down the cabin, doubt begins whispering dangerous thoughts. Maybe she's mistaken, maybe exhaustion is playing tricks, but the fear feels far too real. She rushes back to her row, checking under the blanket, under the seat. Her daughter's small stuffed toy lies abandoned, an impossible detail that freezes her blood. Her daughter never moved without that toy. The realization lands hard, collapsing every comforting excuse she was clinging to just seconds earlier. She calls for help again, louder now, voice cracking despite her effort to stay composed. Heads turn, curiosity replacing indifference across nearby rows. Crew members exchange looks before asking for her daughter's name and seat number. Their calm questions feel like accusations, each one chipping at her certainty. They check a handheld list, then check it again. The pause stretches too long, and she knows something is terribly wrong before they even speak. "There's no record of a child assigned to this seat," one says gently. The words strike like turbulence, sudden and violently disorienting. She laughs once, sharp and brittle, insisting there must be a mistake. Her daughter boarded with her, slept beside her, breathed fog onto the window. They ask for a boarding pass. Her hands tremble as she searches her bag, dread blooming with every pocket that comes up empty. Her daughter's pass is gone. So is the small backpack from the overhead bin, a detail no one else seems to find alarming. A uniformed air marshal approaches, posture stiff, eyes assessing. His presence shifts the air, turning concern into suspicion without a single spoken word. They ask about her condition, her travel reason, her medication. Each question feels less about finding a child and more about finding fault. She explains the funeral, the long night, the pills meant to help her sleep. Regret flashes across their faces, but not the kind she needs. The captain is called. He listens carefully, too carefully, like a man preparing to deliver bad news rather than solve a problem. He suggests stress can create powerful illusions. The word illusion echoes painfully, threatening to rewrite her reality with professional authority. She demands a full search of the plane, refusing to sit down. Her voice carries through the cabin, igniting whispers and uneasy stares. Reluctantly, the crew agrees. Lights brighten, movement halts, and the entire cabin becomes a stage where she feels painfully exposed. Rows are checked, restrooms opened, compartments searched. Minutes drag by with no sign of a child, only growing certainty in everyone else's eyes. She notices passengers watching her now, not with concern but judgment. The shift hurts more than anger, cutting deep into her already fraying resolve. A man across the aisle avoids her gaze, and something about him feels wrong. Instinct sparks, sharp and sudden, refusing to be ignored. She tries to remember where she's seen him before. Memory slips just out of reach, making her frustration boil dangerously close to accusation. The air marshal steps closer, ready now, prepared for escalation. In his eyes, she is no longer a mother searching, but a problem to contain. She pleads one last time, voice breaking openly, asking them to check everywhere. Her desperation fills the cabin heavier than the recycled air. The captain refuses further disruption. The search ends, leaving her standing alone in a truth no one else is willing to see. She feels something inside her fracture quietly. If no one will help her, she realizes, she will have to help herself. Her eyes drift back to the empty seat. The silence there feels intentional now, not accidental. She notices a faint mark on the window, half-wiped, shaped like a child's drawing. Hope flickers dangerously back to life. That mark wasn't there by accident. Her heart races as certainty returns, stronger now, sharper than before. She exhales slowly, masking resolve behind exhaustion. If this plane is lying to her, she'll force it to tell the truth. Around her, the flight resumes its quiet routine. No one notices the decision forming behind her steady gaze. She waits, counting breaths, listening. Somewhere on this aircraft, her daughter is still breathing. The engines roar steadily, indifferent to human fear. Her resolve hardens, shaped by loss and sharpened by disbelief. This flight will not end quietly. Whether they believe her or not, she is done asking. High above the clouds, a mother prepares to tear open the truth. And the plane has no idea what's coming next. She asks to use the restroom, voice small, eyes lowered. Permission comes easily now, they think the storm has passed. Inside, she locks the door and exhales once, sharp and controlled. Fear folds into focus, every thought narrowing to a single objective. She notices a ceiling panel slightly misaligned, screws worn from recent handling. Someone's been moving where they shouldn't. Climbing carefully, she pushes into the narrow space above the cabin. The aircraft hum changes, deeper, more mechanical. Wires run along the frame, untouched by passengers, unseen by routine checks. She knows this layout intimately, and knows it's being misused. She pulls one connector loose. Lights flicker once, then twice, sending a ripple of confusion through the cabin below. Oxygen masks drop like pale rain. Gasps erupt. Panic spreads faster than reason ever could. In the chaos, she slips through a service ladder, descending where passengers are never meant to go. The truth lives below. The cargo deck smells of metal and cold air. Shadows stretch long between crates, swallowing sound. At the center sits a sealed container marked with funeral documentation. Her chest tightens, grief and suspicion collide violently. She forces it open, bracing for anything. Inside lies only what she already buried, proof that this nightmare isn't about the past. He cuffs her without shouting, without anger. To him, this is already over. As they return upstairs, applause breaks out among relieved passengers. Each clap lands like an accusation. She doesn't look at them. Her eyes stay forward, fixed on a truth still hidden behind metal walls. The plane begins its descent for an emergency landing. Relief fills the cabin, except in her chest, where dread sharpens. She makes one last request, to search again after landing. The marshal hesitates, doubt flickering briefly across his certainty. Instead of answering, he turns away. But when no one's watching, he changes direction. Below deck, he opens a concealed panel, revealing wires, devices, and a sleeping child curled behind the machinery. Her daughter is alive. The discovery isn't relief, it's confirmation of something far darker. Explosives are removed quietly, methodically. This was never an accident, never a misunderstanding. Back upstairs, the marshal tells a new story, one where she is the threat, and he is the solution. The plane lands. Passengers disembark, whispering, avoiding her eyes as if guilt might be contagious. She overhears mention of money, transfers, completed deals. The pieces snap together with terrifying clarity. They think she's beaten. They think she's afraid. Both assumptions will cost them everything. She raises her voice, steady and commanding, embracing the role they forced onto her. The plane goes silent. The marshal hesitates. If he stops her now, the truth unravels. Once the doors close, she moves fast. One strike, precise and desperate, drops him to the floor. She secures him, takes what she needs, and doesn't look back. Time is no longer an enemy, it's fuel. A frightened accomplice emerges, eyes wide, hands shaking. Guilt finally outweighs greed. The accomplice flees, leaving doors open and truths exposed. The plane is quiet again, but not safe. She heads below, every step pounding with urgency. Somewhere beneath her feet, her daughter waits. The marshal awakens, rage replacing calculation. He follows, weapon drawn, lies falling away. He admits everything in fragments, plans, money, silence bought with disbelief. Each word confirms her nightmare. She reaches the hidden compartment and finds her daughter, alive but unconscious. Relief hits like pain. Footsteps thunder closer. There's no escape left, only one final choice. She enters a reinforced hold, sealing the door as shots ring out behind her. The walls tremble but hold. With shaking hands, she grips the detonator taken earlier. Ending this is the only way out. She presses it. The blast tears through metal and lies alike, echoing across the runway. Outside, everyone believes she's gone. And then, movement in the smoke. Silence grips the runway as figures emerge from the smoke. A woman steps forward, carrying a small body everyone was told never existed. Gasps ripple through the crowd. The impossible stands breathing in front of them, shattering certainty with every step. Crew members freeze, eyes wide, faces draining of color. The story they trusted collapses without mercy. Her daughter coughs softly, stirring. That tiny sound carries louder than alarms ever could. The mother smiles through exhaustion, whispering reassurance. The nightmare is finally ending. They move toward the terminal, leaving behind twisted metal and broken lies. Each step feels unreal. Morning light creeps in through the glass walls, washing everything in pale calm after the storm. Officials speak in hushed tones behind them. Consequences are unfolding, but not for her anymore. She feels eyes on her back, not accusatory now, but humbled. Belief has finally arrived. She feels eyes on her back, not accusatory now, but humbled. Belief has finally arrived. A stranger gently lifts her fallen bag, offering it without words. The gesture lands heavier than apologies. She nods once in thanks. Forgiveness isn't spoken, but something close to it passes between them. The child shifts, clinging tighter, finally safe enough to rest. The mother adjusts her hold instinctively. For the first time since boarding, the mother exhales fully. Survival settles into her bones. Outside the terminal, vehicles wait. Life is ready to move forward, whether she feels ready or not. She pauses at the threshold, looking back once. The plane sits distant now, powerless. What happened will follow her forever. But so will the knowledge that she was right. She turns away, choosing the weight of tomorrow over the ghosts of yesterday. The child murmurs sleepily, half dreaming, half awake. The sound anchors her to the present. A faint smile touches the mother's face. Against all odds, they made it out together. Behind them, investigators seal off the aircraft. Truth is methodical, but it always arrives. She doesn't watch. Her fight is finished, and the sky has nothing left to take from her. Every step carries quiet triumph, not loud victory. This was never about winning, it was about being believed. The terminal doors close behind them, sealing the nightmare outside. Morning traffic hums normally, indifferent to what almost happened above the clouds. She adjusts her coat around her daughter, shielding her from the cold and the memory. The world moves on. She moves with it, changed, sharpened, unbroken. Somewhere inside her, the doubt finally dies. Truth no longer needs defending. The child sleeps peacefully now, unaware of how close everything came to disappearing. The mother carries her forward, into a life reclaimed from disbelief. High above, the sky is calm again. It keeps its secrets, but not forever. And somewhere between disbelief and courage, a mother-proved reality can be fought for. Days later, the noise fades, replaced by paperwork and quiet rooms. Survival leaves behind a strange emptiness where panic once lived. Officials speak carefully now, choosing every word. Authority sounds different when it's no longer certain. She answers questions without anger. The truth no longer needs force to stand upright. Her daughter sits nearby, coloring quietly, unaware her existence rewrote every conclusion. A doctor checks vitals, nodding reassuringly. Life asserts itself in small, ordinary confirmations. The mother watches closely, muscles still tight. Trust will take time to rebuild. Outside, cameras wait, hungry for spectacle. She chooses silence instead. A simple car ride replaces sirens and alarms. Normal sounds feel foreign, almost suspicious. A simple car ride replaces sirens and alarms. Normal sounds feel foreign, almost suspicious. They arrive at a quiet place, unnamed and unimportant. Safety isn't dramatic, it's steady. That night, the mother lies awake, listening to her daughter breathe. Sleep no longer comes easily. Every sound replays the past, but softer now, losing its edge. Morning arrives without warning. Light spills in, careless and kind. Her daughter wakes laughing at nothing. The sound feels like forgiveness. The mother finally allows herself to believe it's over. The sky didn't win. News fades, replaced by routine. Extraordinary events shrink when life demands continuation. She packs a small bag, carefully this time. Control returns in simple choices. Her daughter asks where they're going next. The answer doesn't matter yet. Somewhere safe, she replies. It's the first promise she knows she can keep. They step outside together. The world feels wider, less hostile. A plane passes overhead, distant and harmless. She watches it without flinching. Fear loosens its grip, replaced by something sturdier, resolve. The child squeezes her hand, grounding her completely in the present. No applause this time. No witnesses. Just survival, quietly continuing. What happened will never be forgotten, but it will no longer define them. 0. Some truths need chaos to be revealed. Others need courage to survive. She was doubted, restrained, dismissed, and still she endured. The sky remains indifferent. Mothers are not. This story won't be told for thrills alone. It's about belief, and what happens when it's denied. Because sometimes, the most dangerous place isn't the sky, it's not being believed.